Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. A gorgeous morning for softball as we get to day 2 of the double elimination tournament live from Whitestown, Indiana. Nebraska in its very first game amped up to take on a Columbia, Missouri team. Well, yesterday that was vicious. And Young picks up where she left off. 1 out. Extras. And you pitch 7 innings or more, you got to take a day rest. Line drive off the glove of the second baseman. And as a result, Jana Rushke is able to reach. When Mitchell had it for a moment, good count, a ball and a strike. And off the wild pitch, an easy advance for Jaden Rushke. Toward the right side of diamond, into right field, runner around third, she will score. What a great start for Keystone Little League, leading 1-0. Well, the plan looks simple enough. That'll be recorded as an error on the first baseman. Braylon Smith, and that scores Jaden Rushke easily. And already benefit of 2 errors. Nebraska. A run on 2 errors here in the first for Nebraska. Popped up. And handled easily by Ms. Young, 2 outs. That one headed to right field, but in play and dropped. It'll be runners at first and third. Caden Galloway will be tagged with an error, and most unusual for Missouri. 3 errors in the first inning. Sweeping the Sox. Holding on to first place in the National League West. 0-2 pitch coming from Brenna Young. Good off speed. Strikeout number 2, but in the win 19-3, and there's a look at Ellie. Headed to left field, base hit. Harper, her 4th hit in the tournament in just 2 days. Good start to the Missouri first. So if you like numbers, and they're easy to figure in a small sample, she's batting .800. Bunt, headed down to third base. Sacrifice on, safe. Ball likely pull, the first baseman Brooke up with it. So Tay-Tay, who was 13 on July 9th, scoring opportunity, and she's bunting. Right in front of the pitcher. The bases are loaded, nobody out. Well, in the meantime, Harper Regan just skated across home plate and uncontested. How about that? And we're tied at 1. Nobody picked Harper up, and she scored for the 3rd time. Here's the gorgeous bunt in front of the pitcher. Now Marcus wants to throw, looks at the runner, and then just goes back to the circle. So Regan takes advantage. Studying past the bar, certainly. 1-2 pitch here. 1 out in the Missouri first. Runners remain at first and second. And it's off the steal, double steal. Runners at second and third. So you've already seen Harper Regan. Well, we're favorite athletes, pretty favorite here in the state of Indiana. Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever. Headed to right field and dropping. It's going to score at least 1. Let's see if they send another. They will. 2 runs in. From first to second goes Young. 3-1 Missouri. Little blue pit by Brianna Young. Now 2 for 4 with 3 batted in a tournament. The 4th hit of the first inning of Missouri continues to bat like it did yesterday, with those bats on fire. As 1 Missouri and 22 runs already scored in this tournament. Towards center field, it's catchable. Handled nicely by Jaden Hirschbrunner, and there are 2 outs in the Missouri first. The seventh batter to come to the plate. She bats, she rolls up her sleeve, and then after the bat, she rolls it back down. Headed to left field. And caught. Nice play by Jenny Holtorf. Huge hitting now from Missouri. 3 runs and 4 hits, and after 1. It's a favorite of many. Shrimp awaits the 0-2, and off the speed is out on strikes and 4. Brenna Young, already 3 strikeouts in this game, to go with her 11 yesterday. The time to protect. Brenna Young with the fastball, now 4 strikeouts and 3 in a row. So after a rather jittery start by her team, 1 and 2. Chance to strike out the side. This is what she did a lot of yesterday. And the magic continues. So Missouri with a 3-run first. Good start. This one towards center field. Not a problem for Jane Hirschbruder. Nebraska playing in its first Little League tournament game here this year. This one toward left field. A 4th consecutive putout for the Nebraska outfield. This time Jenny Holtorf handles it. It's, you want to really go with your best 12. This one in the outfield as well. And how about that? Another putout in the outfield. 5 consecutive outs in the air. Avery Daly handles that. On to the 3rd we go. Strike 3 call. Well played umpire today with that call. Runs and 4 hits in the first. Nebraska a run, no hits. And the 3 errors contributed to that run. Another strikeout for Brenna Young. And a chance, I'm sure, to watch that on ESPN. And Rocky Top, Tennessee, the champs. Right now, Brenna Young's looking like a champ. Has struck out 7. Galloway with a 2-2 count. Starting the last of the 3rd for Missouri, trying to go 2-0 in the tournament. And towards second base and caught. Another fly out or line out. This time in the hands of Dylan Dahl, 1 out. Adversary, but most do. And that, of course, is typical in big league softball and baseball and all levels. Out on strikes is Bree Stevenson, 2 outs. Was able to make contact against Young. Another fly ball into the air. Another out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fly ball outs in the game. After 3, midway part of the game, 3-1. So for Lee Seaman, new life for the moment. Off the rise ball, 1 out. That's 8 consecutive strikeouts now for Brenna Young. Post Malone, her favorite. Makes contact again toward right field, and this time, nice play made out at second base by Q Mitchell. Base hit right field, maybe, unless she gets thrown out. And she is not. So Holtorf able to beat it to first base. And Age protecting 2 strikes and 2 outs. In the air toward center field. No runs, an error, no hits, and 1 left. First base coach is Kyle Spry. The bench coach Sam Stevenson for Daniel Boone Little League. Court short. The girls were able to see a number of the games this season. Toward center field, base hit. Early Gladbach continues to have a perfect day and a perfect tournament. Such an explosive offense that even at a 3-1 deficit, Nebraska's got to be careful to get the outs it needs to get. Like that play. Does advance the runner with 2 outs, so it's a sacrifice for Tatum Spry. Foul trying to solve. Brianna Young over the head of the pitcher. And a smart play there from second base. Headed on into the catcher. Goes as a base hit for Carrie Ann Ashlock. And Miss Ashlock has her first hit of the game. 12 Central. Good-looking showdown. Indiana and Iowa. As Iowa makes its first appearance in the tournament. Indiana winner yesterday. 1-0. Stolen base there. Cutoff player hit. And eventually winner take all on Friday. 2-1 pitch toward short or third. One run will score, and that's it. But it was a slow roller. Tough play for Jaden Rushi. And run number 4 home for Missouri. You see the benefit of moving up when you can on stolen bases and advances. That was not an easy play for Jaden. It goes as a base hit at first and third. See if they send the runner. Instead, she's first ball hitting. And that is the end of the inning. But Missouri adds another run on 3 hits. After 4-1, Daniel Boone, Little League, in as well. This towards center field and past the center fielder. L.A. Marcus starts the Nebraska 5th with a double. Good start. And the first hit off of Brenna Young in the heartfelt notes in the questionnaires and surveys. Out in front of Brianna Young on the play. L.A. Marcus goes to third with 1 out. Dylan Dahl will step up. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and a runner at third in the Keystone 5th. Can Nebraska get a run? 2 outs in the 5th. Very intense, by the way. That's a base hit to center field. That will score a run. That's a huge hit. As Nebraska makes it 4-2 and Caitlin Samples comes through. So with 2 outs and a runner at third, Samples jumps on a fastball and brings her team within 2 at 4-2. And another look at good contact and high stance with the bat and right to center field. Keystone Little League now down by a run and now running the bases. Central Region Little League Softball Tournament live today from Whitestown. Inning over. Nebraska running 2 hits, gets a little closer. Lynn Samples to stay within striking distance in this game. But in the bottom of the 5th, Brooke Stevenson starts off with a rocket to center field. And that's her first hit of the game. And her win over Wisconsin. And Illinois pitches a shutout as well. On the infield. Dropping. They can still get a force out. That won't happen either. Mallory Ferentz puts it where they can't get it. But the game has been sped up considerably because the offensive changes, batting, stay the same. There are no changes. Good off-speed pitch there and a big one for L.A. Marcus, 1 out. This is a fried chicken lover, by the way, at the plate, as you saw. Good-looking bunt. Successful sacrifice, putting runners at second and third with 2 outs. One of the things you see from both teams is on striking distance. And they'll have the bottom of the order due up in the 6th. The pitch. Got out of the jam after the first 2 reached on a hit. Last opportunity for Nebraska. 3-0 pitch. How about that? Ball 4. First, Rademski represents the tying run. And bunting. Back to the pitcher. Bunting for a hit, certainly in that situation. Unable to move fast to second, but 1 runs in the 1st and the 5th. That one to the backstop. And not enough in time to throw out the runner advancing to third. Pitch with 1 out in the last inning. And now Missouri a strikeout or an out away from its 2nd win in 2 days. Strike 1 pitch. Down to third base and down the line. That'll score a run. Huge hit by Leah Seaman after striking out twice. And now it's a 4-3 game. And she represents the tying run. I'll give Keystone Little League a lot of credit. And battle back against a very tough pitcher. Runner heading down to second to throw. Save! Huge stolen base for Leah Seaman. 1 ball count with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Base hit right field. Runner on third. It's going to tie the game. How about this for Nebraska? Jane Rushi comes through. Leah Seaman scores. The game is tied at 4. What a rally. So the stolen base was huge, and the opposite field hitting equally as big. Jane's first hit today, biggest of the game. This toward second base will end the inning, but the game is brand new. 2 runs at the top of the 6th, 4-4. Chance now for Missouri to walk it off. Every batter represents the game winner. Strike 3 called inside corner. Huge strikeout. Harper Regan's had a huge tournament, 4 of 6. She would bat next. And she's going to bat with the winning run at first base. Good piece of hitting by Braylon Smith. She is the winning run at first. Towards short. The Force at second, so they get the lead runner. Harper Regan now at first with 2 outs in the 6th for Berlin Gladbach. This is special. The games are on ESPN. It is a big deal. Regan down to second base. A little closer to becoming the winning run. 6th. The pitch. Strikeout. Extra innings we go. Big pitch by Jane Rushi. We've got some bonus baseball for you here. Omaha, Nebraska. Down the third base line. And Brooklyn Cooper is on base to start the 7th. Ellie Marcus toward third base in a sacrifice. Still time to throw her out, and she doesn't. First and second with nobody out. Will likely be an error at third base, and now Nebraska's got something cooking here. Wild pitch will advance them both, won't matter. And now it's runners at second and third. Well, you want to waste a pitch on 2 strikes, but Miss Jackson could use a strikeout. 1 out in the 7th. Shots in a row. Now Lee Jackson in relief of Brianna Young. Bench all dialed in right now. Ground ball, a short hit to short for the first. Hadley Jackson gets out of a second and third. Nobody out jam. And Missouri can walk it up there. Dancing around in the batter's box, trying to get on base. Down the right field, and it's a 4-ball. She's got the single advance from first. She's advancing around second. She's going to try for third. She's going to make it. They're going to try to send her home. She would win the game. Instead, she gets hung up between third and home, and she is tied. Just that hesitation. Right now, she's in a lot of tears, as you might imagine. Let's take a look at what happened moments ago as she headed back into third base. As a hit that allowed her to go all the way to third, and here, as she got hung up between third and home, becomes the interference. Though you might be hard-pressed to find out where the interference would have been. Tougher on the family sometimes it is than it is on the players. 3-2 pitch. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Uncontested, try to cause a few anxieties, and they will not challenge. So now it's second and third. Does allow Nebraska the option of. And now the intentional walk has been requested. So the bases are loaded. They'll keep Brianna Young away from winning this with nobody out. We have seen at other levels where they'll bring an outfielder in and allow the out. And a 2-2 delivery. 1 out in the inning. Here. Here's the 2-0. Popped up towards center field. Runner at third tagging. Here comes the play at the plate, and the game is over. Missouri walks it off with a sacrifice fly. Brooks Stevens comes through. Tatum Spry scores, and they win a thriller in 7.
And that's the ball game.
What a game it was.
The final score was 35, Nebraska 4. Outstanding effort.
Another look at the fly ball towards center field. Runner third with Spry. Going back to tag up. Steve Regan looks at her and says, go. And go she did. With the game winner. And the celebration by Daniel Boone Little League and its friends and family. Now 2-0 in league play, and on to face Illinois tomorrow in the winner's bracket, while in the loser's bracket goes the